This week, the brothers go solo. Duo. No mom this week. Instead, we talk games, and more games. Biko details his Spider-Man 2 experience. Chevar expresses his disappointment in video game movies. And the brothers speculate, evaluate, and regulate, Warren G style. The Video Game Awards tonight. Sit back, listen up, and fight the urge to suck condoms. It's time for the Super Chevy Brothers Podcast.
Welcome to episode 121 of the Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. This is episode 121. I said it twice, so it's nice. Today is Wednesday, December 6th. And this time, unfortunately, we don't have the matriarch of the show here today. Just the other two. I'm Chevar, joined by Cheval. What's up, Biko? How's it going?
What's up? I'm doing good. Yeah, I guess it's just a bros episode. Sorry, mom couldn't make it. I want to know what she thought about a movie, in general, because last week was great when she didn't watch the movie. But no, I'm doing good.
She watched Good Burger.
Yeah,
Good
she
Burger
did watch
too.
Good Burger. That was a good review. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
Thoroughly. I've been playing I beat Spider-Man 2. And I platinumed it because it's very easy to platinum. Probably easier to platinum than the first two. And it was really good. They took a lot of different Spider-Man storylines and kind of mashed them together. So that was cool. But yeah, I played a lot of that. Started some Yakuza 3. No, I have not played that one yet. This is my first time playing that one. But yeah, no, besides that, I played a lot of Spider-Man 2, just getting to the end of that. And yeah, they did a good job with the Craven storyline, with the Venom stuff. Putting all that together was a good idea.
Is Spider-Man 2 the best Spider-Man 2? Out of all the Spider-Man 2s?
Out of all the Spider-Man 2s. See, okay, that's hard to say, because I would say yes, but I don't want to
including
do
movies.
Recency bias. Oh, that's hard, because I really like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2. That's one of my favorite movies. Well, I remember really, really liking Spider-Man 2 on PS2, but I haven't played it in
PS2 Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
The Spider-Man 2 based on Spider-Man 2, the movie, the game, or Spider-Man 2 based on the second Spider-Man movie, game movie, the game.
The latter.
I don't know which one that is.
The second one that you said.
So Spider-Man 2, not based on movie 2?
Yes. No, the opposite. Spider-Man
2, the game based on Spider-Man 2, the movie, the game. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So that game I remember being like chock full of shit. Like, it had New Game Plus stuff. It had what's it called? They had just a lot of side missions. In that game, I remember. And I remember liking that a lot, but like, it's been years, right? And the combat system and the new ones is a lot better. I think the PS5 one's the best. I do think it's the best one that I've played overall as far as Spider-Man games. It's really, really good. It improves on a lot of things from the first two games that weren't bad. It's just that like they made it better, like some web swinging stuff and a lot of combat stuff. They just kind of streamlined it. It's pretty good. It's really good. If you're one of the 5 people who owns a PS5 that doesn't own it yet, you should get it. It's pretty good. But no, I just thought it was interesting how they did the Venom and Craven storylines involving Miles, which it was really well done. It was good. The way they write Miles is really good. I see a lot of people say that like they find discrepancies and not discrepancies, but like a lot of weird differences between Spider-Verse Miles, comic Miles, and game Miles. And I think I don't agree. I think they're all pretty similar as far as like characterization goes. So especially 'cause I've been reading a lot of Miles Morales comics. I actually started his original Ultimate run from the beginning again. But yeah, no, it's good. I will say I think Miles is more fun to play than Peter. Overall, just because all his electric powers and stuff. But they're both really fun to play as. And it's cool because you can switch between the two of them. There's basically no load times at all. The way completing districts works is that once you complete a district, you can fast travel there. So once another objective comes up or something like that, you can just like, you go to the map, you hold triangle and you're there instantly. Like it just puts you on a nearby street wherever you put the waypoint. Like there's not even like specific, like, it's not like the first couple games where there's like train stations or whatever. It's literally anywhere you want to go. And it's really well done too. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, it takes the web swinging fun out," but it's like, no, it doesn't. It's fine. it's not
so after finishing this one, how do you feel Wolverine's gonna go? Because they're making Wolverine, same people. What do you think? I mean, what's your feeling here? That's the next one, Wolverine. I'm sure we'll get Wolverine before we get Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting Spider-Man 3 until the end of the PS5 cycle or the beginning of the PS6 or whatever. But yeah, no, I think Wolverine's gonna be great. There's a few references to Wolverine in this game too. I'm not gonna go into detail, but like they're obviously setting up for it in a few ways with this game, and I think it's gonna be good. Especially, I think they said it's gonna be rated M, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think they'll do a good job because, well, I remember the trailer was pretty gory, I think, or whatever. It was kind of bloody, so it should be good. I think that
like
Insomniac
a teaser. I wouldn't call it
a teaser. No gameplay. Yeah, no, I think they'll do a good job. Insomniac, obviously, they really
it'll be rated M
thing. Okay, good. That's what it needs to be because the last good Wolverine game was also rated M. What was it, Wolverine Unleashed? I think.
The Wolverine movie
X-Men
based
Origins.
the Wolverine game based on the Wolverine movie based on the Wolverine movie based on the X-Men movies. That one.
Yes. X-Men Origins Wolverine, to shorten all of that. Yeah.
It's the game, so, the movie, the game.
The game, the movie, the game of the movie. Yeah, exactly. So
that one was pretty fun. I mean, it's shallow, but it gave you what you wanted
for my taste. But yeah, it was good. Kind of dragged.
It was very long, but
3 hours.
It's a very long game, but it's exactly what you want from Wolverine. You cut people, you stab people, you rip people in half. They blow off your face and skin, and you walk around and kill them, so your face and skin comes back. It sounds about right. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So
it was a fun game.
I'm just wondering if it's going to be an open. I mean, do I need an open world Wolverine right to the fucking Canadian grave sites of Native Americans? I don't know.
See,
I don't know if I need that.
I don't think.
I want
that either.
I want a Wolverine game.
What I would hope. What I would hope is like they do it more linear, right? Because like Spider-Man, the reason it works as open world game is because it's New York. It's a big enough place as long as you do stuff like Insomniac did, where they made certain parts of the city smaller, like downsized things, just cut some streets out. I don't think they need to do that with Wolverine though. I think they just need to make a straightforward story based game. Maybe you can do it where like
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, kind of like that. I was about to say that. You go into something, there's a hub world, you can do the main missions, but there's also side stuff to do. And then when you're ready, you can move on to the next section. Like something like that, right? Or you can hop back and forth between stuff, but you're going forward towards an ending of some sort, right? I think that would be cool. But I don't want a Wolverine game in the same style as the Spider-Man games. I think they should do something different. I think they kind of got lucky with Spider-Man, especially with Miles Morales getting electrical powers and stuff. They kind of did that 13 14 years ago. But I think they could do a good job with it as long as they pare it, not pare it down, but make it more linear.
I don't know. We'll see. I just it just kind of Wolverine to me is going to be a lot closer, more similar to an Arkham game. I mean, just in my mind, because of just what they do, and they do what they do. What they do best is hit people in the face. So when I play those games, I'm more concerned. The combat's the most fun part, but we'll see. I hope it's good. I hope it's. I just want it to be gorier. Spider-Man kills no one. When you knock a guy off a roof and you just like zip him to a wall.
To a building.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, yeah. I think you'd like. I think you'll like Spider-Man 2. It's good. It's definitely the darkest story. I mean, it's got Kraven and Venom, so duh. But as far as like the combat and stuff, it's a lot better. They did a good job. I never thought it was like Arkham Knight or whatever the hell, or the Arkham series or whatever, but they've done a good job making it different every game.
I mean, yeah, but the basis of the combat after Arkham came out, right? You had Arkham and then you had Arkham City. You didn't have anything around then, but then that became the way to do combat. Like, what's the other? I mean, that became the way to do combat in those open world. You have a lot of enemies to fight games.
Shadow of War.
Shadow of Mordor War. Yeah. Like that is Arkham. That's just Arkham, but which is a good game.
Gore.
The Shadow of Mordor. It's a really fun game.
Yeah.
I think those games are who makes those games?
They're published by
I know they're EA,
I forget
but
who makes them. Yeah. Let me see.
That's got it. I know people were upset about Mordor Hordor too.
Monolith. Yeah.
Monolith. What else they make?
They made it says like they made like the Fear series and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they made a few different things. Yeah, that was like their biggest.
They're
game,
making a
apparently.
Wonder
They made
Woman
the original
game.
Fear.
Ooh, okay.
They made Condemned.
Okay. They made Gotham
They
City
did-
Imposters. Okay.
Yeah.
They
Tier
okay.
2.
So Matrix Online. Whew.
Yeah.
All right. So I think without a
basically, Middle
doubt,
Earth is their best game. Yeah. That's
the best game they've ever made.
far.
Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor War. Shadow of
Yeah.
And those games are good.
I didn't know they made Condemned. That's interesting.
Well, did they do both of them or just the?
Both of them. Both of them are on their Wikipedia.
That's something. Anyway, Mordor War. It was a good game. But anyway, that's all Arkham fights. So it's Arkham combat. Which, if you don't know, is just, you could call it directional combat. You push the stick in a direction. You do combos. You want to switch direction to someone else. You move the stick another way. And if one of those or two of those or three of those people try to attack you, you have a counter button where when you have the indication you're about to be hit from a different direction, you point the stick in that direction and you can press the counter button and your character will do something. It lets you do all that cinematic fighting without it actually being a cinematic. But, luckily we don't have that many
There's
games.
A finisher, there's a dodge, there's
right. Finishers, dodges, stuns, gadgets. I mean, Batman Arkham really did it. Too bad they fell off, but they really made it work.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, hopefully, and I know that they did kind of fall off because I don't know. We should still play Gotham Knights because I have it on computer.
It's on PlayStation for free. It came out for free.
Oh yeah. We do have that on for free. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to give that one a shot still, but I don't know what's going on over there with that company. I don't know. Rocksteady.
I think it's just when you make a game that is okay. I personally think you're just never gonna make a game targeted to console players set to focus on that multiplayer online thing because it never works, and everyone who plays it even if it is fine, they talk about how stupid it is, but you're aiming for an like think what's the Elder Scrolls Online. You know how much everyone says that's the worst and stupidest game, but every year, every game show, every there's an update and DLC, and like a million people playing. Fallout, new what's the Fallout boss 76? Fallout 76. Everyone talking about how ridiculous and stupid it is, and how money grabbing it is, and nobody wants to play it, and zero people bought it. It's like thriving on there are people that play that game all day, every day, make content about it. And I'm sure Gotham Knights, I haven't played it, but I'm sure games like it, they're not really that horrible or bad. Same with what's the game coming out? Suicide Squad is going to be the same thing. These games can be just fine, but you have an audience of people who just don't, the taste of it, they just hate it completely. It's like NFTs. I saw a guy on YouTube talking, he was selling NFTs for charity. So he was playing a game, and if you donate it to charity, you get an NFT, and you can use that NFT in the game he's streaming to add things to the game or spawn things in or whatever. But the fact that it was an NFT was something he had to spend like 5 minutes in the video apologizing for, which didn't make sense. It's like there's nothing inherently bad about an NFT. It's just the taste. People don't like it. People don't like things. So, and the same with the game. People don't like these online group, like the Avengers game,
the Destiny likes or whatever people like.
Yeah, Destiny like. How many people talk about stupid Destiny? You know how many people played Destiny? Now it's falling off. It's one of the most played PlayStation games of all time. But like now it's falling off because they're ending it and people are like they don't want to whatever. But it's so. Yeah, I'll try them. I'm not against it.
Yeah, what's scary? It's not scary. I guess that's the wrong word. It's kind of like funny though, because the whole Destiny like thing. I mean, because we both like the Avengers game, right? Like I thought that.
Yeah, I mean, there were
you could
issues.
Still play it if you owned it, right?
It was buggy.
Issues.
It was buggy especially at the beginning. There were. I don't think there are really money issues because you could earn almost everything, most of the stuff in the game and whatever. But I'd say the biggest issue was the game direction. It just went way too World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, where it's like if you don't know how to play these games, you're gonna do the story, you're gonna have a good time, it's whatever, and then you're gonna like, okay, I'm gonna get into the main content of the game and be like, what the fuck do I do? What do I do? Which hub do I go to do this type of and that
especially
that
as
part
they added more stuff. And
then when they added more stuff, there's so much stuff to do. You're like, I don't know where to go to access that DLC. I don't know where the game direction. Whoever was in charge of that was they should have lost their job because that was. But the game itself. Well,
yeah, because remember when they had to change? Remember they had to change like the entire like equipment system within a year of the game coming out. Like they just revamped the whole thing.
Yeah, they revamped the equipment system. They revamped the currency. Yeah. They got rid of 3 of the currency, so it's only like 2 currency, which makes sense.
See,
because
and that's the thing, right? Like I don't know, because people are mad about Mortal Kombat for this reason. I don't entirely agree with some of that stuff. The one thing I agree with people with microtransactions is that some of the stuff for the transaction only costumes, the prices are kind of stupid. That's my only like.
Yeah, I agree. The prices are too high.
The prices are dumb. What they're doing, especially because it's not that much different from what they were doing with MK11, I don't think it's that bad. Especially because most of those costumes you can earn them in the game.
No, I have no problem with the palettes and stuff, and the option to buy them in the store.
But it's like you said, people see that and then they just go ew because they're like they think about EA and Battlefront and all that stuff like that. So it's like they just assume it's like that, and there is a big problem there. But people just keep going. There's microtransactions in general, and it's like no, that's not the problem because you don't have to get most of them. Like most of them, you can earn the shit in the game. Like it even has a star and stuff that you can't earn in the game, so you don't like accidentally buy something and just get in the shrine.
If you don't know, Mortal Kombat, like most games, they sell costumes or whatever. So I'd say 99% of the stuff in the game is free. And so let's say you like playing Liu Kang. Liu Kang has 3 or 4 costumes. You play the game, you unlock more costumes for him, and I think most characters have somewhere between 2 and 4 costumes. And then when you unlock different palettes of those costumes through all free stuff. So playing online, playing in the invasions, playing the towers, leveling up a character's mastery is what they call it, unlocks new stuff for you. But there's also a store. In that store, you can also buy free stuff. So there's a certain coin called seasonal coins. They refresh every month. When you play the game, you earn seasonal coins. You can use those to buy costumes that don't just unlock by regular play. And then you have what are called dragon crystals, which is just translated your actual money, which are used to buy... Right, real money. What they use to buy exclusive things that you can't unlock and you can't buy with the free money. And then you have gold coins, which is just, it's kind of like a pachinko slot or something. You pull it and it gives you a thing every time. But that's also free. Every time you place anything, like you do a fight, you get gold coins, you get season coins, and then you might get like another kind of coin for in the game. But that's all free. The stuff you pay for is the dragon crystals. But I get people complaining. I do think it's too much. $10 for a costume is a lot. Yeah. But if I'm thinking, so I was playing today, and I was playing Invasions, and I leveled up, and I think I earned $20 in dragon crystals this week by just playing.
You can get them from the mastery stuff, right?
You get them from the masteries. You get them from playing store. So it's not. I mean, it is still bad. I don't think it should cost $10. But I think when you say a costume costs $10, it's not really the whole story. I mean, you get free dollars in the game. That's one thing. When you look at the total...
It's not telling the whole story, yeah.
And when you look at the total content that's there, I mean, it's what? 1, 2... What is that? 4 voices... in the game you have to pay for, and then I think we're up to 3 special costumes. So it's only like under 10 things you have to pay for. There's
definitely gonna be some more.
There definitely gonna be more. They need to lower the price.
Quan Chi coming out soon.
Yeah, they need to lower the price. It shouldn't be more than like $5 a costume. And even if you go the Street Fighter route, which is our first story, I guess now, because it just ties into. We're talking about.
Yeah, it ties into it.
Street Fighter's costumes cost $6, right? A costume.
Yeah, but that's it. But you know, and I know you're going to go into this. That's not the entire story. So this is where microtransaction stuff gets kind of silly, because the developers or the people rather who price the DLC know what they're doing when they do this, right? So what's really wrong with this Street Fighter thing? So Street Fighter released alternate costumes for everybody, or another set of alternate costumes. So all the original cast, none of the DLC characters so far. They're going to get some at a later point when Akuma comes out. They did announce that at one point. But besides that, they released 14 I think new costumes, 18 new costumes for all the launch characters. But the problem is you can't buy fighter coins, which is the premium currency used in Street Fighter. You can't buy fighter coins in like packs for like $6 or whatever. You need to buy them in packs of like, I think it's like $15. Yeah. You need to buy them in packs of $10. But
no,
we can do math here, right? We can.
No, I think right? I think you're a little off. So you buy them in packs of because what is it? 600 fighter coins is 100 fighter coins is $1, right?
Yeah, 100 fighter.
Okay,
yeah, 100.
You buy them in packs of two. The smallest pack is 250, so it's $2.50. So essentially, what you're saying, if you want to get one costume, you don't even just make 2 purchases because that's not enough. You have to buy more than you need. 3. You have to make 3 more than you need in order to get the one. So then you're at that point where, well, now I've spent all this money. I got an extra $1.50 here. They're trying to push you to buy more.
Yeah, they try and push you to buy more to at least get a couple more costumes. The thing that sucks about this is like this is not how they've done costumes before, right? Like they have done them in packs before, but they've never been this expensive. Usually it was like, if I'm not mistaken, it was like $20 or like $25 for like a whole pack of costumes or a whole set of costumes.
Yeah, you get the whole set
with like all the colors. Yeah, you get the whole set, right? And you know, not gonna go back to Mortal Kombat for too long, but Mortal Kombat was very similar. Like you either got it with the seasonal content or they were at least extra outfits, and those weren't even. It was like $5 for like 4 or 5 different costumes. Yeah. Like it was crazy. And MK11, and they did that in MKX too. MKX also had a lot of costumes as well. So you know, both of these is just kind of jarring, right? Like, and that's the thing. These costumes look great for Street Fighter. They look really, really good. But that's the problem, is they kind of want you to. They're kind of trying to get you to spend more money so you can just keep buying and buying. And people have kind of totaled it up, like how much it'll cost to buy all the ones you want, right? And it's about $100 to get each costume.
Yeah, Street Fighter has about 30 characters.
Yeah. So it's nasty. It's nasty stuff. I still have not bought any because I think I would only buy them for my main characters, and so that would be like Chun-Li and like Ken probably, because I do like Ken's outfit as much as people are making fun of it online. I do like his outfit a lot. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man. I don't like how much this shit costs, especially because like you can't buy it through like the PSN store, right? Like you used to be able to. You have to buy it through their microtransaction store, and it's
right, which means it won't be on sale. That's why they don't. That's why now. It used to be when you buy those costumes or whatever, you would actually be buying them from the PlayStation Store. The PlayStation Store would incentivize them to put things on sale and whatever. Now that's not gonna. They have full control of when there are sales, if there are sales at all. Same with the WB Mortal Kombat one, right? You used to be able to buy the costumes from the PlayStation Store. Now that's not the case. Now the costumes are in the game, bought from the game store. And so, yeah, I mean, but they're really easy fixes. Like Mortal Kombat, all they need to do, change the price, make it lower. Everyone who bought the things before, give them 500 crystals for each one they got, right? Like with the, they did the one for the fatality. They charged $10 for one fatality, when really it shouldn't have been. So now if you bought that, you get all of them, all 3 of them. And then when they come out, they'll each be like 300 crystals or something, $3 or whatever, which is fine.
Yeah.
Go back, do the same. Every costume coming forward, $5. Because people will still buy it for $5. $5. Everyone who bought the last 3, because there've only been 3: Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Nitara, right? Give them $15 or $5 for each one they bought, right? And just keep the price normal. People will buy the costumes. People love that, especially. I mean, everyone loves costumes. That's half the reason people play.
Like, that's like a lot of reason people play, and like I don't like $5, but you know, I feel like that's not that I don't like it, right? I think that's fine. That's where I'm at. I'm like, that's fine for a costume. I'm cool. I'm okay with that. I just feel like, you know, the way they're doing it is ridiculous. And now that we're talking about it, the MK store is kind of a better deal than the Street Fighter store, because the Street Fighter store you get like nothing. You get like no fighter coins for doing anything. Like you can get fighter coins, but like
you can't earn. You don't really earn
to get these.
Yeah.
You don't really earn it like that. Like Mortal Kombat, it's more consistent that you'll get dragon coins. So. Crystals, but I don't know, and that's the thing. A lot of people were like, they're being kind of weird with this pricing. They won't tell us how much this costs, right? Like,
or you know what you really do, up. Right? If you wanted to charge $10 a costume, right?
Just don't give them ideas. Holy
no,
God.
I mean, this is what I would do. Well, I know I can't really charge $10 a costume, so instead I'll charge $7, throw in 3 or 4 character costumes that are really like different fan base, like, so you feel like I gotta buy that $15 pack of 4 or 5 costumes for my character, but it just feels better, even if it's more money or the same or what. If it just has what seems like more in it, because I mean, I know that a lot of work goes into it. Or I just feel like you'd sell more if it costs less.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like that's at least like a better model for that. I wonder if Capcom was going to change anything, because it was kind of good to see, NetherRealm has been listening with some stuff, right? Like they got a few, more so than a lot of fighting games, because they have a lot of money behind them too, right? They got a lot of quick patches out. They do try to fix things with the store so far, like like you said, the fatality thing. So I'm wondering if if Capcom's going to do anything at all about the costume pricing. I'm not saying they wouldn't, because they have done stuff like that before. I remember when Street Fighter V came out, they got some flack for that, because some of the stuff was ridiculous, trying to win it with fight money. And they did like tweak some fight money stuff, right? It's still really hard to earn it, but it's doable. So I wonder if they're going to do anything like that.
I think the most they'll do is let you earn it through some fight coin or something. But I don't think they're going to. I think they feel like they have an argument that it's only $6 a costume, which is like right at the edge of too much and okay. And then I think the best thing they'll do is release a $25 bundle where you get them all. Or the worst thing they'll do is give you a way to earn it through fighter coins, which will take you 8 hours per character or whatever.
Yeah. So you'll unlock like 3 before the next Street Fighter comes out. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little scummy, but I mean, it's not something that we haven't seen before, right? It's just I get why people are kind of like ugh about it, because it is like, damn, dude, like these costumes are cool, like they're good quality costumes. I think everybody's costume looks pretty sick, but oh boy, and I'm definitely gonna pick and choose which ones I get if I do buy any.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a little annoying, especially seeing like other games like like Mortal Kombat already have more costumes in this game. So yeah.
Well, sticking to Mortal Kombat here, we did get some DLC reveals. So it looks like we're going to be getting a new piece of DLC every month. So,
yeah, damn near.
Omni-Man came out last month, which was November. And December here we'll have Quan Chi. Quan Chi is going to be out,
December 14th.
December 14th.
Today's the 6th.
Right. He'll be out next week, December 14th. Hold on. Let me check something. That's only... So if you bought the season pass...
That's for early... Yeah, for people who bought the premium edition or the combat pack.
Yeah. If you didn't buy them, you'll be able to get it December 21st. And then Chameleon comes out in January. And then Peacemaker comes out in February.
Yeah, Peacemaker in February. So, that's a pretty good rollout to me. It sounds like after that, they'll probably get. I think Ermac will be next, and Takeda's probably going to be last, because they'll probably. I think Takeda is going to lead into.
Yeah, they already said Takeda's
the DLC. Okay, that makes sense, because I think he's the most. To me, he's the most interesting. As far as people returning, not brand new people, right? I think not Homelander. I think Peacemaker should be fun, but no, Quan Chi looks great. He looks just as fucking annoying as he has for the last like 3 or 4 entries. His kicks being teleports is kind of messing me up, but I'll get used to it. It should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, he looks...
And Chameleon looks great too.
One of the things they did, I feel, well with this game, the characters, I think, of course, the animations are maybe the best they've done so far, but also the characters have a lot of character in the way they fight, which is very distinct, which is cool. So, Quan Chi's got the portals and the tentacles and the skulls, I think it's great. I think it's
still
nice.
Disrespectful. still does his stomp move. They still kept that.
He still
in the game.
stomps and breaks. He has his same Deadly Alliance stance, which is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. He looks good. I'm excited to use him. Omni-Man was cool, but I mean, I like the character's interesting. It's just not my play style. So I'm looking for another character. Hopefully it's Quan Chi.
Yeah, no, I've played Quan Chi in the last couple games, especially MKX. He was really fun in MKX. I know he wasn't in 11. I know he's in 9 and 10, and he wasn't in 11. He's really fun. He's a fun character. He's broken in 10 for a little bit, but they did fix that. He had like an infinite combo or something like that. But no, he's always been a fun character. He's got a lot of fun tricks. So I'm excited to try him. Chameleon specifically looks really fun too. It seems like they're gonna have a lot of stance changing cameos going forward. Because I thought that Tremor might be the only one, but it doesn't look like that. I mean, we don't know how Chameleon works quite yet, but it does look like you can switch her between Jade, Melina, and Katana, because she has, several different moves. And it seems like she has a lot of moves, kind of like Tremor. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I think it's cool though. Jade's finally in the game, so congratulations to all the Jade fans. She's kind of in the game now.
Yeah, I mean, Chameleon looks interesting. I think having as many moves as she does is cool. I just don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be variation like Tremor, because Tremor stuff is cool. I just feel like it doesn't work half the time. But
yeah, I've had that problem too. Yeah.
Yeah, she looks nice. I think Quan Chi is like the character is really unique in how he fights in all the games, and he fights real hard. Like especially if you watch MKX and how the movement of that game works. Quan Chi is there's a lot of flair to how he fights, and it looks really good in the new engine, the new game. And he's like a super evil character, so that attracts a lot of people to it. He looks really, I mean, I wouldn't say he looks unique, but his look is, that's him. I mean,
it's kind of iconic, yeah. It's like the side of the arcade cabinet, yeah.
Right, pure pale white dude with these big goth black, eyeshadow.
Yeah, the dark circles around the eyes, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see Quan Chi. He looks good. He looks cool. And Peacemaker, they did show Peacemaker. I'm a little worried John Cena just wasn't into it, because that one line they had at the end of the trailer was kind of pathetic.
I wonder, like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I'm glad they got John Cena to do the voice, because I did hear that. And they got the guy who plays Homelander to do it too, J.K. Simmons. But I mean, not Homelander, Omni-Man. They didn't get Homelander.
Well, they don't know. No one.
Yeah,
because
everyone said he keeps teasing us. He keeps saying, like, go play Call of Duty, and no, I have nothing to do with that. He keeps saying that, so we'll see.
We'll see. I don't know why they wouldn't have him, especially to me, is what it seems like is, so WB owns Peacemaker, so I mean that's why he's in the game with John Cena, no problem. Sounds to me like WB made a deal with Amazon, because the other two characters are Amazon characters, Homelander, and I mean The Boys is not an Amazon property, but Amazon owns the rights to the show, and the character is based on the character from the show more than the comic book, right? So, same with Omni-Man. He's way more based on the character from the show than the comic book. So I'm sure they'll have his voice in there. I don't see why. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't have it. It doesn't take that long, right? And they've been working on this game for like 4 years, so no, I don't think I think it'll be, I think they're just trolling us, right? We'll see, but I don't know, the DLC rollout for this game has been pretty smooth. I think it's good.
This game and Street Fighter 6 are doing their DLC pretty smooth.
Street Fighter 6, it takes just the updates.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it started out okay? We didn't get Rashid for a few months. Meanwhile, Mortal Kombat, this game's been out since September, and we're already on our second DLC character, second cameo. So, and Street Fighter came out in March last year or June last year. Came out in June last year. Not last year, June this year. The year's not over yet. And I don't know. They only had 2 DLC characters so far. And the third one, I think, should be Akuma, which is early this upcoming year. But we don't really even know when that is. They haven't given us a date. So the rollout for Mortal Kombat's DLC is a lot smoother.
It'll be after Tekken's out for sure.
Oh, god damn. And well, oh man, I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I forgot Tekken was coming out. Because, I mean, even, Guilty Gear is getting ready to, release a new season, right? Like, they're releasing another set of characters. Well, no, they're actually in the middle of a season. They already released one character, so they're going to release another one soon. But, yeah, I don't know. Mortal Kombat seems to be doing it the most smooth so far, besides, the glitches and stuff. But it seems at least the rollout for the DLC is a lot more balanced. Like, we get one character, we get it a month and a half to mess around with them. All right, next character's ready. And, that's good at least.
Yeah.
And 3 times 1. What is it? 3! Yeah, that's a magic number.
All right, so the big news of the week and probably of the rest of the year, it was the announcement of GTA 6. I'd say GTA is still and forever will be the biggest gaming franchise, because even if it doesn't sell Minecraft numbers, they do make $500 million a year. So
yeah,
I don't see anyone beating that in the way they do. So GTA 6,
besides Fortnite, yeah. Grand Theft Auto and Fortnite, 2 of the biggest games at the moment overall.
Yeah, but Grand Theft Auto 5 came out 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, Grand Theft Auto 5 is yeah, don't get it twisted. Grand Theft Auto is bigger. Yeah, I feel like far and away this is the most popular and most anticipated game overall. So
people have been talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out for the past 4 years. Remember when Grand Theft Auto 5 was announced? People were talking about Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out 4 years before Grand Theft Auto 5 was even announced, right? So, and it's the same thing with this. People have been talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. Apparently the trailer leaked, and they re-released the trailer early.
Yeah, they had to drop it because somebody leaked it on 4chan or something.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I don't know. I don't know how these companies don't have better security, because you have to know who's done it, right? Only a certain amount of people have access to certain things or whatever, and you have to know who's sending it to their friend, and then the friend is upload. You have to know.
Do you remember? I think it was the beginning of this year, the end of last year. The whole fucking game leaked. Out and everything. It was early footage of the game.
I wouldn't say it's a whole game. I mean, if you watch it, it looked like half a game.
It didn't look finished. No, it didn't look. It looked like GTA 5. That's how unfinished it was, right? It obviously wasn't as far along as it is in this trailer where they're showing us. But that just speaks to their security, though. Is mostly what I was going for, right? It's just especially such a big company like Take-Two and Rockstar. You think you're probably you're the biggest video game company right now as far as earning goes, you would think, right? But I don't know. But anyway, the trailer itself, it's only about 90 seconds. It's only about a minute and a half, but it's what you need from the first GTA trailer, right? If you go back and watch the GTA 5 trailer, it's very similar, right? It's a good look at the city, which this time we're back in Vice City. Grand Theft Auto's version.
And I like that they've decided our games are only going to happen in 3 places, right?
Yes.
It's
And you know what? I like it because then they just expand on it. They just expand on whatever they already built before.
It's going to be L.A., Miami, and New York. And that's it. We're not going anywhere else we're gonna do it over and over in Texas if it's Red Dead. Red Dead's always in Texas, Mexico. You know.
GTA 7 in 2038.
It's gonna be New York.
I think that one will probably be in New York. Yeah.
I mean, they're doing the GTA Grand Theft Auto 4 was what?
2006.
No, what city?
Oh, New York.
Yeah, that was New York, and then you had Vice City, right? It's weird. We're on Grand Theft Auto 6. It's not even the sixth game. We've got GTA 4, New York. Vice City was Miami. Wasn't there another one? Like a installment?
Okay, so no, there was Grand Theft Auto 3, and then there was Vice City, then there was San Andreas.
Yeah. Sorry, 3.
Yeah. And then there was 4. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know why they decide like this one is a numbered one and this one isn't. And I guess there is a difference. Like if you go and play Grand Theft Auto 3 and then you play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or
World of Difference, yeah. Vice
City, like I don't know, maybe the numbered ones are kind of bigger in that like what's I don't know. Not really. When you think at 5, Grand Theft Auto 5, why did they go 5 and not like?
I don't know why they didn't do like San Andreas.
Was the name of the city and is it just New York? They don't.
No, it's 4. Liberty City.
Liberty City. Yeah, why didn't they call it Liberty City?
I don't know, especially because they like 3 is Liberty City, and then there was Liberty City Stories, which was a completely different game.
Yeah, it's a spinoff.
There's also a Vice City game that's on.
There's
PSP
a Vice
only.
City spinoff.
Well, yeah. Well, now that you say that, the naming conventions don't really make any sense, right? And I feel like that's maybe why they stopped doing those. The last time they did anything like that was the Grand Theft Auto 4 expansions. The Ballad of Gay Tony and all that stuff. But those were still in
those are
Liberty
expansions.
City. So
it's the same game.
I think since 4 they've stopped, right? They haven't done that since 4. I think they're trying to get away from that. So
maybe
I get why. I think maybe what it was is maybe, especially for the PS2 games, it was the same generation, I'm guessing, right? Like, oh, this is the PS2 Xbox generation, so we don't move on to the next number until the next console generation or something like that. Like maybe that's part of it, but
then they don't make a game but once every 10 years now.
Okay,
so you'll never.
Listen, if you made Grand Theft Auto 5 and you were raking in that much money, would you make another game that fast? I mean, I feel like that's really the only reason why.
No,
right?
I'm not blaming him. I just wonder about the naming convention. Anyway, Grand Theft Auto 6. So the trailer is essentially every popular TikTok video or Instagram, I guess, mostly TikTok, out of Florida in the past 3 years. So every scene is something you've seen. What's a T Grizzy? What's that rapper guy? That's his name, right? T Grizzy, T Glizzy, T Grizzly. He's in the trailer. I mean, it's not him, but there's a video. The woman is about to beat the immigrants with the hammers in the video. The girl twerking on the cars in the video. The alligator walking down the street is in the video. The guy bathing. Yeah, right. So I think I like the idea. I think that it's it just says a trailer for a game. They're not showing us much because you know what Grand Theft Auto is.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what it is
everybody
and what's
knows.
in it.
Yeah.
I think those are the fun part. The Grand Theft Auto is always fun. No matter what's going on, it's always like it's about tongue in cheek and being fun and it's
satirical.
It's satirical. It's a fun experience. But some of the stuff like they make fun of in the game is kind of real now, and I think that's kind of what they're showing because that's true. But did you hear what who was it? I think it was Elon Musk said about Grand Theft Auto 6.
Him and I don't know. This is weird. He's on the internet too much. He said he tried Grand Theft Auto, but he didn't like it because you commit crime and hurt people. I think he said.
No, that's not what he said.
What did he say?
That's okay. I think if you're a person who doesn't like violent stuff, that's fine. I don't see the problem with that. He said,
what did he say?
I tried playing Grand Theft Auto 5, but the game starts with you shooting at cops, and I just can't.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on.
I can't in my heart do that. Like, shut your stupid ass up. I don't know. I did see people. I don't know. I kind of ignored it, but I did see people kind of like, it was kind of like, the mid 2000s all over again. People being like, do we need games where you can just shoot a bunch of civilians? And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean,
it's just virtue signaling.
That's not the only thing you can do in the game. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's stupid. I don't like it. I think it's dumb. But yeah, the Elon Musk thing made me laugh because I thought it was fake, and then I had to go look him up, and I was like, yeah, nope, he did.
He said it.
Yeah, he said it. Most of the time when I see a tweet from him, I'm like, no, he definitely said that.
All the
I think
prudes
the game looks,
and wannabe prudes come out when a Grand Theft Auto comes around.
I don't get it, especially the games are fun, right? I personally really enjoyed Grand Theft Auto 5. At the time, it was like when it came out 10 years ago.
I haven't
it
played
was like one of the most. Yeah, Chevar actually has never played it. I was gonna say that Chevar's never played it. It to me,
I got too many things.
Kind of it kind of got a lot of the whole. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I think you should go back and play it. That game kind of kicked off a lot of the new open world trends as far as like, all the branching storylines and side missions and stuff like, which I know games had that before, but like just the amount of shit you can do in Grand Theft Auto 5, just the single player stuff or like interactions you can have. It's really cool. And it's across 3 different characters, right? Like there's so much stuff to do in that game besides the multiplayer, which is the cash cow for the game, right?
I mean, so can we say it?
I'm excited to play the single player.
Somebody's got to say it. I'll say it. All right. Your Witchers and your Cyberpunks would not at all even try to do half the things they try to do if it weren't for Grand Theft Auto. Every time this game comes out, it like does it's always some ridiculous thing that it's doing that no one's done before or tried to do before.
Yep.
And then everything else does that, and it just becomes like the normal thing. Like the open world.
Yes, thank you.
Stealing cars, and after that, you get your
Far
sleeping
Cry,
dogs, you get your Far Cry, you get all that stuff. After, what was it? Vice City, you can go in all the not all the buildings. You can go in buildings and hack computers and walk around wearing new suits and shoot people in the street. San Andreas, you can ride bikes, you can be gangs, you can be fat, you can be muscular, you can.
That's
be
the entire Saints Row franchise.
The entire Saints Row is built off of that. Grand Theft Auto 5, you can switch between 3 characters anytime, and then the game has a goal where you plan heists, and then
Spider-Man
they have
2.
the whole thing. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. Grand Theft Auto games are,
they're
important.
Good. They're good, and like they're not only like fun games to play, but they're always impactful because they do take a lot of time on these games, right? And that's the thing. I do genuinely believe the last few main entries have like changed open world games every time they came out. Like it's completely changed them. The whole satirical humor thing too from a lot of these open world games is taken directly from Grand Theft Auto because they do it really well, right? Like it's really funny. Like they're funny ass games. Like they have like, even the main storyline usually is like very like, it's a gangster story. It's like, dark, but the whole game is hilarious.
Mafia.
So
I think the thing that gets Grand Theft Auto over your Witches, not saying these aren't good games, your Cyberpunks, your Witches. Oh, Cyberpunk just got a giant update today. Your Far Cry's, your Assassin's Creeds, all of those games are so fantastical. Like Assassin's Creed, jumping off of buildings and stabbing people, Witcher and your magic. Grand Theft Auto is always just, you're a dude, you gotta get guns, and you gotta use the guns, and you got a car, and you drive the car, and you go and do
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
It's like
go and do
regular
the thing.
life stuff. Like half the missions are you walk into the guy's house and he's doing drugs, or it's not like
Yeah, you walk in the exactly.
there's no. You don't have to be sold on what's happening. It's just happening. It's just I don't know. I think that's interesting. They don't have all these hooks besides it's just the gameplay and in the comedy.
Yeah.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
What'd you say?
Was that supposed to indicate what we're talking about next? Or was that just another?
Yeah, that too.
another
So
transition?
that is both a transition and what we're talking about. Sonic the game, the movie. Sonic will have a
sequel
third
to
movie,
the movie.
a trequel, with, of course,
Nice.
everyone's second favorite hedgehog, Shadow. Did you watch the first two movies? I mean, they are kids' movies. So.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I enjoyed
God.
them.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, no, I did. I'm not gonna sit there like saying, "Oh, that's my favorite movie I watched recently" or whatever. But they're fun. They're good movies. They reference the source material pretty decently. I think the way these movies, those two movies, and the Mario movie approached making a video game movies for kids is good. I think it's good. The Sonic movie is a little more. It's got a lot more like in jokes for adults in it, right? But it's still like it's still for kids. But they're fun. They're fun movies. I like the Sonic movies.
I watched them. I like Jim Carrey. I just I get it. They're kid movies. And sometimes I just feel taken advantage of. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay, it's like you can only do this with video games. You couldn't do it with let's say you are some Gen X dude and you love Kiss, okay? That's your
Okay.
band. Grew up with Kiss, and Kiss is now going on tour, but they're singing Taylor Swift songs. It's kind of like, I know it's like, it's just a bait. It's same with the Mario movie. Yeah, I know it's for kids, but you know why anyone is going to see this movie. It's for people who are my age who grew up with it. That's the only reason anyone walks in that theater. No kid has cash to go buy or go watch a movie by themselves or whatever. So it's like, I don't know, it's like a bait and not switch, because it's not like I'm expecting something else, but it's like it's kind of like you know I'm gonna watch the movie because it's a thing I liked and cared about, but then you're not gonna it's just gonna be so vapid. It's a kids movie, yeah, I get it, but I don't know. Maybe I'd be happy if you just made something else that was a kids movie that was like similar to it.
Yeah,
but it's
that's my kind of thing with some of them, right? Like I appreciate what they're doing. It's just that like I am at an age, right, where some stuff I'm like, oh, you obviously didn't make this for me, right? And
Mario's
like, that's
a little
cool,
different,
like you said, but like
because even the games are made for
Mario
kids.
was fun.
The games today are still made for kids today. Sonic is, video game wise, like drowning. Okay, the last few games have been okay, but they're being bought by like purple-haired mid 30-year-old people. This isn't like it's true. It's true, and it's not like
oh my god,
kids are buying these games like, oh yeah, we love Sonic. Sonic's a great thing.
I think some kids are buying it. I think
not intentionally.
Well, I think that's why they released the movies around them too, though, is they trying to get kids to buy the games. Like, and I think that has probably worked out to some form or fashion, because the last game, Sonic Frontiers, sold
I don't
pretty
think
well.
so, because the Sonic in those games doesn't look like the Sonic on the... Think about the Sonic in the movie. Which Sonic does that look like? That looks like Sega Dreamcast Sonic. Now, when you buy a Sonic game today, this Sonic looks like Sega 1. Like, they've gone back to that Sonic. Or, like, I mean, they don't even
No,
have,
it
like,
doesn't look like Sega 1. It
1999
doesn't look like
Sonic,
Sega
where
1
his
Sonic.
hair's all the way down to his balls or anything. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it is selling more.
His design's been pretty consistent for the past, like, I would say 5 or 6 years. They've tried to since the movie came out. No, and I agree, right? It doesn't look the same as the movie. I'm not saying this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the strategy is sound. I just think that the conversion is higher than we're portraying it to be.
Also,
I do agree. Here's the thing. Okay, before you do the also, I do agree with a lot of the hardcore Sonic fan base being adults, right? I feel like that's the thing that they're not capitalizing on, which was what some games have done, right? They've aged with their age base, but like, you know, there's games that's like God of War, right? They've changed tonally and done different things. I am not saying that is what Sonic should do, but like, you got to do something else.
But it did.
Like, go, your kids forever.
Sonic didn't say, okay, the people doing this are getting older. Let's make some merchandise for them. Let's make a cool, like, Ratchet and Clank type of video game for these people who are getting older and want to play more. Because, like, look at Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank, not as old as Sonic, but you could say those first games were kids' games, but the way that the game itself, the gameplay and what, it's still engaging enough. As an adult, you can play. You don't feel like you're playing a kid's game. It's just a more colorful, lighthearted thing. Sonic had done that. Instead, what did they do with Sonic? They said, okay, we have an older audience. Let's make a game where Sonic dies. It's the apocalypse, and a squirrel, a bat, and echidna are trying to save the world from a scientist who destroyed everything, and we're just going to tell you for half the game that Sonic is dead, and try to make let's turn him into a werewolf too, right? They love that Twilight bullshit.
Unleashed.
And it's it's like
so that's the
and then
thing,
you make
right?
a movie.
They've kind of, Sonic is one of those franchises that I really feel like it's only still alive because so many people like it. And
Sega's got nothing
for
else.
some reason, Sega for some reason has not been able to capitalize on anything else. Right now, they're Chevar mentioned this last episode, but they are riding the coattails of one franchise they bought some years ago, Persona, and they're making sure they work really hard in the Yakuza salt mines. So, you know, just watching them, what they've done to Sonic over the years is very like, wow, how is this thing still kicking? Because you're right. The Unleashed game and the couple other games that came out around then were very like mediocre games. And the only people who really like them, like if you find any glowing opinions about that game, like if you go anywhere to find it, it'll be like YouTubers who like most Sonic games. So the games aren't great. Yeah. So yeah, it's unfortunate for the Blue Blur, because I really liked Sonic Mania. I thought that game was fucking sick. But
so Sega will have something at the Game Awards. Who knows what, but we'll see what else they have. It's probably people think Virtua Fighter. You know what? If Sega wanted to release a Virtua Fighter, they would have done it already. Like fighting games resurged in 2011 with I wouldn't say research. Street Fighter 4 started it first. They're like, you know what? We can still do this fighting game thing. And in 2011, MK9 came out, and people were like, yeah. And then you got a flood of every other video game, fighting game coming out. They've had like 10 years to put out an actual new Virtua Fighter, not like that one that's out now, where it's just Virtua Fighter 4, but it looks a little better. And they just haven't. And I know fighting games are hard to make. They're hard to make money on. You have to support them in different ways, which is why you don't have a lot of fighting games. Because you can just put out, what's a game that came out recently?
Fighting game?
A Dead Island. You can just put out a Dead Island too.
Oh, okay.
Put it out, put some DLC, boom, bada boom, done. A fighting game, you have to have community events. You have to sign off on tournaments. You got to make new DLC costumes, but you have to do it. You have to make the players think that the game's still going to be around 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, because they don't want a game to play today and finish. At least the people who make the game survive, not the casuals, but the more serious players, they want you to think that it's going to last for 3, 4, 5 years, right? Like that's a big thing with Mortal Kombat or Injustice. Really, Injustice games, they have that DLC pass, and then people just know there's nothing else coming, so everyone stops playing.
Yeah,
and that's not what you want. You get a Spider-Man game, everyone finishes in a month. A fighting game's gotta last forever. Say if they were gonna do it, they would have. I think we're probably gonna get a Smash Brothers with like Sonic and I don't know, Rocket Raccoon or something. What's the raccoon with the armor? Rocket Armadillo.
Rocket Armadillo.
Is it Rocket Armadillo? Rocket Knight. Rocket Knight. That's what it's called.
Rocket Knight. Yeah. I used to love Rocket Knight. Yeah, like that game. Like I don't know, man. There's just a lot of stuff they could actually work on. I don't know.
They should just release Vector Man. If you made Vector Man again, I'd play that.
I'd play the fuck out of that. I don't know. Sega has a lot of old properties that they just keep re-releasing through, like, Sega. I think it's called Sega Ages and stuff like that. And it's kind of annoying because it's like, okay, so you have all these franchises, you still have the rights to them, you have the ROMs for them or whatever the fuck. Like, do something with this stuff. Like, do something with this franchise.
Yeah, well, we're getting a third movie, so there you go. It's gonna, guess what? Shadow is just a black Sonic. That's what they do with everything. Spider-Man,
Black Sonic.
He's a black Sonic.
Black one.
What color is he?
Knuckles is the black one.
What color is he?
Idris.
What color is he?
He's black and red. He's black and red.
What color is he?
He's Native American.
He's black.
He's black and red.
That's enough. That's black enough. Okay, Dragon Ball Super. What was the big new villain that they had? Goku, black Goku. What is that's everything everyone does? It's not about being African black. It's just that's the thing now. It's just like make everything black, and that means it's like the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, but that's just recycling old tropes. It's really funny in those obvious ones. What's the next topic? What we do?
Ho, ho, ho. I've got 5 good reasons for you to shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I said earlier, I'll say it again. Cyberpunk got a big update today. Is this game finally a good game? I don't know, but people are saying it's a good update. So the update's about 30 gigs, and it changes. When you read the list of changes, it looks like things that would have been changed before. Like now, you can adjust your weight on a motorcycle, and they changed some quest rewards, and they added a radio, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
it's like a long
list. I thought
list.
This was the shit they added like last year when people said the game was fixed.
Well, last year. Well, I think that it shows you how bad of a situation the game was in. Because last year they did have they had like a 30 gig patch, and then they had a DLC come out like 2 months ago, right? That changed a lot of stuff, and now they have this one.
Game, yeah,
right. Well, I don't know if it changed the whole game, but
no, it was an expansion. I mean, it was an expansion pack that like changed the entire like upgrade tree. Like, yeah, so I don't know. I feel very conflicted on this game because I'm honestly probably gonna boot it up soon. Because I'm in between, like I'm finishing a few different games, right, that are long. So my only thing with this is this game was basically what I'm saying to me personally, that this game was basically fucking released in early access. Like, this is ridiculous, right? Like I understand that the game is fun now. I understand that the glitches are worked out now. This game came out in 2021. Am I tripping? Isn't that when this game came out?
yeah.
Yeah, like, holy shit. It's 2.5 years later. And now it's getting nominated for things like, December 2020. That's when it came out. 3 years later. No. My bad. That was the original release date. It released no. It released on the new consoles last year. Sorry. Yeah, it came out December 2020. It's been 3 years, and now the game is in its final state.
No, we don't
all
even.
that stuff.
I
It
think.
took
I mean,
3
they say they're
years for
almost
this
done,
game to be
but
good.
there might be more.
Well, they released the Ultimate Edition on December 5th. That's what the update came with. So this is also kind of funny. This is like Sony being Sony or whatever. But so for people who don't know, the Ultimate Edition has all the content in the game installed on the disc for Xbox. But for PS5, it's a download code for some reason. Other than that, it's just the regular copy of Cyberpunk 2077. Sony's been doing this a lot recently. They don't let people install all the DLC on disc. They ask them to put it on a download code. So interesting. But I think they actually might be done, because they know that, one, they have to work on the next Witcher. They have to work on the next Witcher, and two, they have to work on the rest of this fucking game. So I mean, the next game for this one, or the next expansion pack or whatever. So I think the game is done now, but it took 3 fucking years. Like, that's,
well.
and
I
hate it because I feel like
think
everybody's dick eating this game now, and it's even nominated for a video game award. And it's like, no, this game is
What's
3
the
years
award?
old. It's like most improved or like best community support or something. Like, it's stupid. And
I think you can. I
Yeah,
think
I don't
that's
know about
an
that.
okay thing. I don't mind that.
I don't
Especially
know.
when
That's
you have.
like saying, oh, you shit all over the house and it took you 3 years to clean the shit up. You're the most improved. That's fucking nuts to me. That's
Well,
insane.
okay. Well, here's why I think it's okay. Number one, the point of the Game Awards is that the whole thing is a giant advertisement for games, for people who aren't as plugged into games, but they can watch an award show with trailers because they want to see what's coming out, but they don't know what's really happening all around. It is de facto like the biggest advertisement for games since E3 went away. Okay, that's the Game Awards. Number two, I do think there's some like, let's see what the actual award is. Hold on.
Yeah.
Game
they're like
Awards
nominated for something.
2023.
Best ongoing game. And best
That's
community
tomorrow.
support. That's what they're nominated for. Yeah, it's
Okay.
tomorrow. That's what they're
Ongoing? I don't
nominated
know
for.
if I would. Would you
Exactly. And no, it's not an ongoing game. Just because you have to update your game to make it work does not make it an ongoing game. That's bullshit. Okay, like if that's the case, no, not even that. If that's the case, Mortal Kombat is more of an ongoing game than this game will ever be. They're not adding quests every 3 weeks or something like that. Like, that's not what's going on. Like, they've added updates and maybe a few quests sprinkled in, but that's not an ongoing game. This isn't Destiny. This isn't Avengers. Like, I feel like this game gets a lot of good publicity recently, mostly because it's CD Projekt Red. Like, I feel like this is just any other game. People would have been off it a long time ago. It would have improved and it would have been fine, right? Like, not everything's a No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think this game is really getting way too much like praise for being a game that was broken
it might
for
be good
3
now.
years straight until it. No, that's what I'm saying. No, it is good now. I've watched people play it. I'm downloading it to the PS5 right now. I'm gonna play it, but the thing is that like it took. We bought this for $60 3 years ago, and now the game is good. Like that's shitty, dude. Like, I don't know. That's boo boo.
Yeah, I don't know if it should be for. I mean, the community thing, I don't really care. I don't see best ongoing game. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It's just
no, I don't
called
understand
best
that.
ongoing. Yeah, I don't get.
Best community support is bullshit. Too.
When you look
I
at the
don't like
best ongoing, really, if I'm looking here, the only Final Fantasy and Cyberpunk should not be in there.
No, wait, is it Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah. Oh, 14. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought it
that's-
was.
yeah,
I thought
14.
it was 16.
Yeah.
That should be in
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. I don't. Okay, when they describe
not an
it's
ongoing
awarded
game.
to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content. That's
Like,
kind of true because
yeah.
they've patched this game a lot, but I don't know. I don't know if I
That's fucking. And for people
call
who
that.
need to know, right? The other games, and I see why you thought 16 was 14. He looked, the guy in the picture looks
The
exactly like
guy looks the
protagonist of
same as
16.
the.
Um, So Apex Legends, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. See, these are games that are known for adding new content over time, not
Well, they're
unfinished games
online
that were released in a poor state.
Yeah, the online
Exactly,
games
they're
you
online.
don't finish.
It's online contingent. The only way that Cyberpunk 2077 is online contingent and dependent on content is if you somebody who bought the original disc can't update it. That's the only way it's ongoing content. So that's really garbage, if I'm being real. Like, that's so dookie, because like that's not the same thing as the other 4 games. Especially because the other 4 games, this isn't their first rodeo. All the other 4 games have been ongoing games for at least like what, I think 4 years, because I think Genshin Impact is the newest one. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah, man.
I don't think they'll
Yeah,
win
that's
either
stupid.
way, but they'll be up
Jeff
there.
Keighley, you need to go suss your shit out more, man. What is this?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I don't know. Who knows? It might be a good game now. Like Starfield
sure it
is probably going to be in 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah,
but I think it's pretty clear.
Patch it a few more times.
I think Starfield is just disappointing to people. I haven't really heard people say like, okay, all the criticism I hear of Starfield is the same criticism I hear when Fallout 4 came out, or when like it's just kind of like more of taste stuff, and like it sounds like it's just Fallout 4 in space, or Fallout in space, and I think that's what people really expected anyway. So I don't know if that's actually a bad game, but the other one where you go to all the planets and mine stuff, that one's apparently a good game now, and Oh,
yeah,
well.
yeah. No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's that one.
Cyberpunk. Yeah, I'll get around to that eventually. We'll see. I got 30 more Yakuza games to play, but
No!
yeah, okay, we got a couple more.
No,
things
no,
here.
not 6. I said 7. Nobody's coming up with 6. Who works out in 6 minutes? You won't even get your heart going, not even a mouse on a wheel.
All right, so Last of Us. We talked about this last week. It's getting re-released, but they actually released some footage and some more details about the roguelike mode, which I was the most excited about personally for this re-release. For people who didn't tune in last episode or don't remember, Last of Us Part 2, which came out I think 2 years ago. 2 years ago? I don't know, man. 2 years ago. Or no,
Yeah,
it was
something
before
like
the
that.
PS4 came out. So it was like 3.5 years ago. It's getting remastered, so it's getting the PS5 only version. Upgraded graphics, added missions, cut content from the original version is going to be in this game as well. But also they have no return mode, a roguelike survival mode that is going to come out with this version. If you own the original, you could pay $10 to get the upgrades, which is cool too. And yeah, the gameplay looks really fun. It's exactly what I wanted from this mode. Using every tool that you have in a Last of Us game to kind of like, just be able to play the game, like, survive, take whatever hero you want, shoot whatever you can shoot, take whatever loot you can. I think it's great because this game has a really solid combat system that's really fun to play around with. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. I think it'll I want to play this game again. I haven't played Last of Us Part 2 in a few years. I didn't really see a reason to go back to it after the first time I beat it. So looking forward to playing it again.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. Like the combat's fun. I think a mercenaries type of mode, which is what this
Yeah, it's like mercenaries. Yeah.
article explains it as. If you don't know, mercenaries is a mode which I guess you can only define it as mercenaries because it came from Resident Evil 4, and in Resident Evil 4, someone
no,
in that
it came from Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 had it first.
Is it the same though?
Yeah, same thing. You pick a character, go through, try to kill as much stuff as you can. You have like an objective sort of, but it's mostly kill as much stuff as you
I
can.
thought it was. I thought it was
Yeah.
like you had an objective though. Like
Yeah, but that was technically the first Mercenaries mode. They simplified it after that. Yeah, but that was the first one. Anyway, continue.
Well, I'd say the more the more recognized one,
the more recognized
is from Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil is a story game. There's an A, there's a B, there's a start, there's an end. You're done, but they want to keep people playing. And some kooky Japanese man in the office said, "Let's just turn our game into a game."
Why Japanese?
Because they're Japanese.
This isn't even a Japanese-made game. This is
Resident Evil's not Japanese.
Game. Oh, I thought we were talking about Last of Us. Yeah.
So Mercenaries is a mode where you take the characters from the game, and instead of it being a plot and objectives to go from here to here, it's just kill as many guys as you can, as fast as you can, get as many points as you can, turning the game into a game, which is fun. And,
It's more like arcade style kind of a thing, right? Yeah. It's roguelite arcade style. It lets you enjoy the game's combat system for what it is, or for what its shooting system for what it is, right? Because usually in the actual game, and the reason I think it's cool Last of Us did it as well, is that usually in these games you are trying to like survive. You're not trying to use all your bullets. You're not trying to, throw a bunch of grenades and go ham on a bunch of enemies, because you're trying to conserve ammo. So this is one of those modes that lets you not have to worry about that as much, right? And it's cool that you get to do that. Well, I mean, Last of Us, if you play it normally, on normal, I mean, yeah, if you play on normal, yeah, you can get a lot of ammo and beat a lot of shit up, I'm sure.
I play it hard.
I don't know, man.
I play everything on hard. That's how I do.
Well, anyway,
what's the game I was just playing? I turn on that Miles Morales.
But the Last of Us literally, like, I don't know if you played the hardest difficulty. It takes ammo away. Like, you don't have as much ammo, so you get to do stuff in here that you wouldn't be able to do.
I didn't play
in
it
a regular game, right?
Don't you have to beat it to get the hardest difficulty?
No, but even like the hardest one you can choose at the beginning, like there's not that much ammo. Like you can't go crazy.
Isn't it just very hard?
Oh my god!
Isn't that what it's called?
As you go, it doesn't matter. As you go up in difficulty, the ammo go down. It doesn't matter what its name is.
It's okay.
Grounded is the hardest difficulty. But okay, but yeah, then you have to resort to a knife. That's not the same thing, Chevar. What I'm trying to say is it allows you to appreciate the combat system of the game more.
I like it hard. I like that's how I like my games.
Are you getting tired? You must be getting tired because you're not even acknowledging the actual topic.
No, I like it hard. I don't care. I like my games hard.
Yeah, but that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about how Mercenaries / this roguelike no return mode is not similar to the main game.
I'm excited for it. I'll probably play it.
You're trying to make a joke, but then you go stream Last of Us 2 right now and go Rambo and see what happens to all your ammo.
I didn't say it wouldn't go away, but I use my knife. Speaking of game awards, how many awards do you think Lies of P is gonna? Did you ever play any of that?
Did we
play the demo? Or?
Yeah, no, I didn't play the. I told you what I did with the demo. I started it, realized it was a Souls game, and said I don't want to play this right now, so I turned it off.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If that game, I just played the demo. All right. I know that game's gonna bag a few awards. All right, that game is fire.
I don't think so. Okay. I think it might bag one. I think it's really good. I just haven't played it yet. I've heard people say they really like it. Some people say they liked it more than
what other games came out this year? What are the game of the year nominees? What are like the top?
Did you just say what other games came out this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, what are the game of the award? I know Resident Evil 4 is probably in there, right?
Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Baldur's Gate 3, Super Mario Wonder, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Alan Wake 2. A lot of games came out this year.
Okay, I think this is very unfair for Resident Evil 4 right now.
Why?
Because it came out first. People are forgetting Baldur's Gate, Spider-Man.
Okay, you give Legend of Zelda the same thing because that only came out like a week or two before.
Yeah,
or
that too.
after.
But I
Like,
think
it came out around the same time.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's good to short.
I think
short too.
the only things I don't think they should have nominated, I think, was Alan Wake. That game came out like fucking at the beginning of November. Like nobody played that. Like I think that's insane that was nominated. Like save it for next year because like it just
Why
came
Spider-Man then? Spider-Man came out like 2 weeks before
Spider-Man came
that.
out like 2 or 3 weeks before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a little different. Like have a different cutoff. The award shows at the beginning of December. Your cutoff is like what, mid or late November. That's insane. Because I don't know. I think they should have cut the nominations off in October. I think November. If your game comes out in November, you should wait for next year, in my opinion.
So
not
if
to say
it
that
wasn't,
Alan Wake isn't great. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure and I think it is a really good game. But it's
If it wasn't Alan Wake, what would it be? Because they have to have a game fill it in. What would you put?
Let me see. I would put Lies of P, something like that, because it did come out of nowhere as far as like expectations. There's a lot of Souls clones that aren't.
Is Lies of P not in
come
there?
out every year? Did it sound like I said Lies of P?
I'm trying to load the page. It won't load for me, so I'm asking.
Yeah, it's broken now for some reason. No, Chevar, it was not there. I told you it wasn't there in the first place.
That's crazy.
Why? I mean, I don't see why it would be. Yeah, no, okay. So the Game Awards page broke while we were looking at it. That's kind of funny. I don't know what the hell that's about, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of these nominees are kind of stupid. Fighting games this year makes more sense. I don't really know why last year they had Sifu in there. That was really fucking annoying. Yeah, so like other things that they nominated, right? Like best game direction is really funny because it's the same games except for Resident Evil 4. Don't know the reasoning behind that. They also have best narrative. Cyberpunk 2077's expansion was in there. I don't understand how that got in there either. That also came out around the same time as Alan Wake.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
Final
surprised.
Fantasy 16. I think Final Fantasy 16 could have been up there as well.
Yeah, I don't get why that's not in there either. Like,
yeah, that's not in there. But Baldur's Gate, but
When
not
did-
Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate
when
deserves
did
to be there. But
when did Super Mario Bros. Come out?
beginning of October, came out before. Like it came out the same day as Spider-Man.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Spider-Man. I think Final Fantasy 16 should have. I would give it to either Final Fantasy 16 or Lies of P. I think that should have either Mario or Alan Wake's spot, in my opinion. And I love the Mario game. I've been playing it a lot with.
Yeah,
my wife,
I don't know
but
if that's as big as the Zelda game, even. Because
I don't think so. I don't think 2 Nintendo games need to be there at all.
well, I'm fine with 2 Nintendo games, but I'm thinking
I'm not.
Legend of Zelda: Tears of Kingdom, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. One of these games got like pressed for like a year, and the other one it was a few.
It was announced earlier this year.
Yeah,
it was announced at the beginning of the year. So I was looking forward to it. Right, I wouldn't call it Game of the Year material. I think that spot or Alan Wake 2 spot should go to
Nintendo be dropping
Final
money,
Fantasy
huh?
16 or Final Fantasy 16 or Lies of P.
Because here's the thing.
Besides that, most of the stuff is still okay. I do think it is funny that fighting games still, like, I don't know why they don't just fill it up with like all fighting games. They have to put some weird shit in there. Like there's a rhythm game in there. That is
Where's the fighting
so they
game?
called it. Yeah, God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. Obviously, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 6 is going to win this. I think Street Fighter 6 is going to take it. I wouldn't be surprised if Mortal Kombat took it though, because people like Mortal Kombat. But Pocket Bravery just came out, and Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2 also came out a couple months ago. But it's a big improvement over the first one, so I think it deserves it. But what were you saying? Hold on, what's going on?
That is, I just don't get that. Like, you could have still put Guilty Gear in there. You could have still
it
put.
didn't come out this year.
That's what I'm saying. Why does it have to come out this year? That's not how fighting games work.
Okay, thank you. Actually, no, you're actually right. Thank you, because that's the thing, right? Fighting games are having a fucking renaissance right now, right? Like, every main franchise has put a game out. You have Mortal Kombat, you have Street Fighter, you have KOF, you have Guilty Gear, you have Uni is getting
Tekken's coming
Uni
out.
2's coming out soon. Tekken's coming out in January.
Grand Blue has a whole new.
Grand Blue Rising Versus is getting a brand new version coming out same day as the Quan Chi DLC. Like, and all the and once again, all the games that have come out within the past years are all getting new DLC. All of them have current seasons during this year. So why the fuck are you not nominating current fighting games instead of just looking at a calendar and going, oh, this fighting game came out this year, so we have to put it on the list? Like, it's just
also
like weird.
How is Evo nominated for best esports event, but there are no fighting games in the esport category?
Yeah, I thought that was also a little fishy. I didn't understand that one either, because if it's the esport, why are there no esports games in there? Yeah, I don't get it, because the esports games, that's the thing. Those games are old and they get to get nominated. The ongoing games, some of those games are old, they get to get nominated. So why best fighting game do they limit it to games that just came out this year? Because if we're being real, it really should have been Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter 6, KOF.
I would, even for me, I would, yeah, Guilty Gear should be in there. KOF should be in there. All-Star Brawl shouldn't be in there. Well, All-Star Brawl 2.
Why not?
Maybe.
Yeah, 2 should be in there, not the original. 2 is actually a huge step up.
That's
from
fine.
The original.
But like, by the way, I would vote Mortal Kombat 1. Not that Street Fighter 6 isn't like the best Street Fighter, my favorite one since 4, but to me it's just more.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from, but I don't know. Like, personally, I like Mortal Kombat 1 more. I like to play it more. So that's my fighting game of the year. I think Street Fighter is gonna win just because it's more polished and didn't have as many problems in its first few weeks that it came out.
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like I feel like with 6, I'm gonna feel the same way I did with 5 eventually, where it's just gonna be these long spurts of nothing changing, and then, like, I don't know. At least with Mortal Kombat, as much as people are complaining, we've had like 3 updates and we've got stuff coming out, and it just feels
I mean, Street Fighter 6, they already said they're not updating it until after Capcom Cup, which is not until
they said
after Akuma comes out.
Yeah, update once a year, one big update a year. That's
one title update a year. That's nuts. That's kind of, especially at like the way the state of fighting games now, where you have so many online things, people are finding new things that are broken or should be changed, or balance wise should be changed. You can't do that, right? Like, even Guilty Gear is better about that. Guilty Gear at least puts out like 2 to 3 updates a year, right? Like, and if something's broken, they'll fix it real quick, right? So I think that Street Fighter is a little too, it's not shaken up enough for me sometimes. I still play it sometimes. It's still really fun. But yeah, the updating on that game is a bit weird. Another game they could have fucking got Melty Blood in there, because Melty Blood had new content come out this year as well.
Yeah, but Melty Blood.
Yeah,
that's like I said, it's advertisement. That's all it is. Look at all these games.
Yeah, it is.
Capcom, WB, Nickelodeon, which is, who is that? Disney or who owns Nickelodeon?
No,
whoever
Nickelodeon owns Nickelodeon. Viacom.
Viacom.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Pocket Bravery. I don't even.
It's an indie game. Indie game made by a very small team. It's made by like a team of less than like 10 or 15 guys or something like that.
And God of Rock.
Yeah, that one. I think God of Rock and Pocket Bravery is very interesting, because God of Rock specifically, I'm sorry, that's a fucking rhythm game. That's not a fighting game. It's a rhythm game. I'm good on that. It's Guitar Hero with more power-ups. Like, I'm sorry, that's not a fighting game. If that's a fighting game, Donkey fucking Konga is a fighting game, right? So I don't know about that one. Pocket Bravery, it's a fighting game. I don't know. I think they just need to fill a spot, and they put that one in there because they needed something that released this year. I don't understand why that's there that much either. It's a fun game. It's got a lot of deep mechanics. It's very like inspired by KOF and old Street Fighter games, but I don't know why it's there.
I'm fine with looking at the trailer. I'm fine with it being there, but I don't know why I care so much. It is just an advertisement show. I'm sure
it is
the same reason Cyberpunk's there is the same reason you don't have KOF there. Some KOF didn't want to pay money. I don't know what it is, but that it is what it is. Game Awards tomorrow night. Go enjoy that, I guess. I'm looking forward to the trailer. You think there's going to be anything interesting?
Yeah. I think that Capcom is going to show more Dragon's Dogma, which should be fun. I think Guilty Gear. I think the character already leaked. Guilty Gear. I think we are getting a character trailer, at the Game Awards, which should be really fun. I think we're probably gonna get more not Grand Theft Auto, more Metal Gear Solid 3 gameplay. I'm sure.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just kidding. Jeff Keighley would not allow that.
I don't think he would, especially since I'm pretty sure we're gonna get what's the UPS game?
UPS. Oh, the Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get another
Dirty Sprite 2.
Right, Death Stranding 2, and we're gonna get something there. I don't think he's gonna have Kojima's ex showing up.
No,
showing his old baby mama's thing. No, it ain't happening. No.
Yeah.
If they do,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Jeff is no longer has his special friend. So.
No, that's his dude. That's his favorite person in the world. I think that we'll probably see maybe some stuff from Suicide Squad because they got to get that pumping more again. So that might get some kind of some sort of trailer or something. The new Final Fantasy, we might get something for that as well. I am expecting to see Dragon's Dogma though. Dragon's Dogma for sure because that's coming out. Capcom's really trying to pump that one up. I think Farfetch just like lobbing something out there. I think we might get news on the next Metroid game, possibly, maybe. If not that, I think that Capcom might also be ready to show the next Resident Evil game that they're remaking. Maybe not like release soon, but they might like tease like Resident Evil 5 is coming or something like that.
Yeah, probably. I think so.
Or Code Veronica or something, because there's a few other games besides 5 they could remake, but I think 5 is the most obvious choice for them to go with next.
I think.
Oh, yeah. and Hades 2. I think Hades 2 might get something new because they're going to start They already announced that they're going to start the early access for that pretty soon, so I think they might announce it and it might launch like the next week.
Yeah.
Like the early access, yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, no. But yeah, that's what I think they're gonna show off. Yeah, some easy to show off stuff that'll come out next year. I mean, Jeff Keighley has also been teasing like all day, like this person and this person they're gonna show this at the Game Awards. Like I think he said Atlas is actually showing off their new RPG, their new franchise. Metaphor, which is another RPG, it's another JRPG, but yeah, that one's getting shown off. So yeah, he's kind of been leaking some stuff. There's other like small things like Dead by Daylight's probably gonna get some more DLC or announcement at the award show, which they do like every fucking game awards. So I'm not surprised.
I don't know because they just released Chucky. I'm not sure they.
I mean, they added the Game Awards and stuff like that, and Jeff Keighley retweeted it. I think that they're getting more DLC.
Oh, okay. I guess Chucky just came out like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I wonder what else.
I mean, it doesn't mean it'll be out like super soon. I mean, maybe it will be. We'll see. But it does seem like they're planning something.
At this point, I mean, I know they have original characters too, but I think they've got Chucky, they've got Freddy, they've got Michael Myers. They might have Jason. Maybe. I can't say for sure. Maybe that's it. I don't know what else they would. I mean, they can add anything. They make their own monster. They have Leatherface. Like, what else could you put in? You know, right? They have Leatherface.
I mean,
right?
it's a lot of
so.
stuff. Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. No, but we'll watch the Game Awards tomorrow. I'm gonna be tuned in, I guess, to see what's going on.
Yes, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we'll see
I think
what they do.
I think that's enough games for today. Yeah, that's too many games. That's too many games. We should turn this into like a book podcast or true crime.
I have a book podcast already. I don't want to do another one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I do want to talk about the Squid Game thing. That's kind of.
Okay. So there's a Squid Game show on Netflix. It's all the rage. Everyone should watch it. Apparently, it's pretty funny. Everyone in the show is now coming out saying they were treated so horribly. One story is that they use condoms for chapstick. Now, to me, when I read this and hear what they're saying, right? To me, this sounds like a great over-exaggeration, A. B, somebody got caught doing something, and that was their excuse. And C, back to A.
Well, I mean, listen, he said all the condoms are gone within a day and a half. Looks like.
How many condoms did they have there? Like, I get it. Like, they plan that. Sure, people are gonna have 12. Sex, and you want like a supply. You don't want to be in a situation where something happens, and I get that. When you say all the condoms are gone in a day, and the way that like you read it when they say it, it sounds like they had like 300 condoms there, and people were just needed to get the. Okay, and also I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. At least 80% of the people I know walk around with chapped lips all the time anyway. So, and when I look at this picture of people, most of these types of people are the type that I see walk around with crusty eyes, chapped lips, and you know, busted up booger noses anyway. I mean, look at this guy. He's got Dreadhawk. I'm not believing that so many of these people were so concerned about their chapped lips that they needed to use. And who thought that? Who thought, oh yeah, condoms are lubed. Let me put my lips on that. No,
I mean, all I gotta say is you gotta be a certain type of person to be applying for these Netflix reality TV shows, and a lot of people crave attention. So,
well, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, it's not just that. I mean, people want experiences, whatever. But here's the thing. I watched the show. Did you watch the show?
Yes, the original show. I have not watched the reality TV show.
Okay, I watched the original show. We know what the show is message-wise about and trying to point out. Right? So if you're going to go to a show about the show and participate in the show as though it's not a show, but as it is in the show, you know what? It's like people going on Fear Factor and being like, I didn't think I was going to eat deer balls today.
I didn't know it was going to be that bad.
Yeah, like, what do you... Joe Rogan's been doing this for 3 years now. He's on TV every day. What do you mean? Like... I don't see why you go there and complain. I mean, it depends. You know, if they didn't have bathrooms or, you know, that stuff makes sense. But chapstick condoms, I don't know, man. Like, if that's getting you, maybe you shouldn't have come.
Well, no, that's the perfect person to come. Have you ever seen what's it called? Love at First Sight? Yeah, those people are They're fucking nuts. They're insane. And the ultimatum people, same thing. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Sometimes
it's still different. I mean, I think
because it'll get you more screen time.
Right. I don't know if that was
think
on
it
screen
will.
or not, but that's what they came out to complain about. I don't know. Here's the thing. All right. I don't know. I maybe I just don't like people complaining because I'm getting old, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. It's definitely part of it.
Who went to condoms? Like, lick your lips, complain, and say, "Can we get chops?" Because the thing is, part of the story
if you
is
drink water, you won't need it.
Part of the thing is they did bring them chapstick eventually. So how many days? Because apparently it was in one day all the condoms are gone. So all these people had the idea to rub these dozens and dozens of condoms on their lips to keep the. And were they not inside? Were they in the Mojave or in the Arctic? I mean, where are they? Where their lips are getting so dried up that I don't know. I feel like somebody got caught in the corner. Like, what's going on over here? And like, this is the condoms for the lips. And then everybody, they had to keep playing with it. I have no clue. This sounds so stupid. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'll watch the show. I'll let you know if it's good.
People. Yeah, well, yeah, you watch that. I don't know if I'll get around to it. We'll see though.
Yeah, you watch Sonic movies.
Yeah, I will. Listen. I don't know, man. That show in general is just such a funny idea. One more thing. We played a game. Ninja Gaiden. Jesus fucking Christ.
No, that's not
Double
it.
Dragon Gaiden. We beat it a couple times because it's pretty short. But no, I just wanted to see. I wanted to talk about that real quick. What did you think about it?
It was fun. It's fun in the way you play a lot of beat 'em up games these days, and you can kind of get through them all the same way. But this was kind of fun because it has a particular level up style where every level you take the coins you had, and instead of leveling your entire character permanently or just leveling up stats, you get to add certain effects to moves. You get to pick 2 characters. Each player gets 2 characters. The character specials interact a certain way. So it was fun. It's not too long. You can beat it pretty fast. I enjoyed it. I think it's a fun game. I'm a little disappointed that as far as... So when you play the game, you get coins. You can use the coins to level up, and whatever coins you don't use at the end of the game become... tokens that you can use to buy things outside of the game itself. So, but it looks like some of the stuff you can buy, for example, characters, you can buy new characters. That's cool. But there's not any so far. I don't know. There might be more, but outside of that, there are tips and guides and music and art, to buy. But I don't see the extra playability around. Not like what's the other game? The other classic game, Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage has the regular story mode. The characters have a whole lot of moves, and then after you finish that, there's like this arcade challenge mode and their weekly challenges. Like there's stuff to keep you
survival mode.
Going back to the game to do something outside of the story.
You unlock new moves for characters the more you play survival mode. That's my only thing with the game. It's a solid game. I think it could use a few updates. It's great though. It definitely like scratches that beat 'em up itch. It is only co-op locally, which is interesting. I think they could add online easily, hopefully. And they said they're looking forward to doing that soon. But it's good. It's a good Double Dragon game. One of the first good Double Dragon games in a while. I do like the roguelite / roguelike aspects of it. For instance, you can play levels in different orders, so you get different bosses and you get different levels of difficulty for each stage, or new stages for each bosses, like set of stages, right? So that was really cool. I thought that was fun. And the new characters add a whole other layer to it, right? But there's you don't level up the characters or anything like that, which would have been cool. but it's got some really cool ideas. I think that they could add some more stages. I feel like a survival mode would be cool, like you said, something like that. But it's fun. I think it fits right in with those really good beat 'em ups that have come out, like the Ninja Turtles one, the Scott Pilgrim one, which was really, really good. And like you said, Streets of Rage, which Streets of Rage, I think, is the best out of that set of games, in my opinion. But I have a soft spot for Scott Pilgrim, but I think Streets of Rage is the best.
Yeah, I think so right now. But yeah, it was fun. It's a fun game. The art style's cute. The characters play different enough where you can really kind of learn how to play each character. I think there are a lot of good things going on with it. So, I'd play it again. Yeah, it's fun. Those retro games are interesting to play because you don't have to invest too much in them. You're just gonna pick them up and put them down, and it's a good one.
Come back to them when you feel like it.
The one thing that bothers me about it though is, especially when you look at like Streets of, which one was Cody in?
Final Fight.
Final Fight. Okay.
Yeah, that one. When you look at one in a while.
When like Double Dragon, like Final Fight does this thing where the story kind of continues in the Street Fight and stuff. Double Dragon, if you finish the original Double Dragon and then this one comes, it's kind of like, I don't know, a separate universe or something, because the game should not be what it is. Like if you played the first Double Dragon and you play this one, you'd be like, what's going on here?
Like, huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's fine. It is an old game, but I was hoping. I guess the game, it goes the same way anyway, kind of. But yeah, it's a little weird, but it's a good game. It's a good game.
Gosh, yeah, no, it is good. It's good. It's cheap too. It's on sale on PSN right now if you want to pick it up, and I got it for like $15 from GameStop. So, it's a cheap, good time, and it's something you'll want to probably go back to occasionally. At least to get all the tips that like tell you new stuff you can do, stuff like that, and it's fun. Like if you're, and especially like if you're you used to play Double Dragon back in the day, I think it's good to have a good game for the first time in a while. With a lot of the different characters in there, it seems to be like a reimagining of some of the Double Dragon stuff, but it's good. It's fun. It's got the OG characters in there, a lot of different redesign stuff, but it's good. But yeah, no, I've been thinking about that game, but yeah, no, it's fun. It kind of slipped under the radar. It was the kind of game that got announced, came out a couple months later, and then it's out now.
Well, I'd play it again. If it's on sale, I'll take a look to see. All right. Anything else you wanted to get off your chest?
No, that's it. I think I got all my opinions out. Just looking forward to raising some more orphans in Yakuza 3, and maybe I'll start Cyberpunk soon. I should start something else soon. Spider-Man 2 took up a lot of time, and I'm still playing a lot of Mortal Kombat, but I enjoyed Spider-Man, but gotta wait until they put New Game Plus out until I play it again.
Yeah, well, I'll pick it up soon. I'm still on Black Spider-Man, so
yeah, Miles Morales is good. That's a good game. It's a lot shorter than the first game too, so you should be done with it pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm almost done with it right now. All right, well, thanks for listening to the show, guys. It's been episode 121. Mom will be back next time. We'll be back with Game Award critiques and reviews. Yeah. We'll talk to you next time. Have a good day.
Yeah, catch you guys later.